Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back. Your boy Alfonso Solis. We're here at CaliProject Photography. This is a podcast where we talk about photography, videography, cinematography, and all the ographies. The focus on this podcast today is about social media, right? So, Facebook, Instagram, and we'll talk more about other social media platforms. And I just want to elaborate. You guys know me. We just have a conversation. You're probably at work or you're probably at the studio, just editing photos and you're like getting motivated, but you also want to see the insights of other business owners. And if you're that kind of person that likes learning, then you're in the right place. We have a variety of different there goes my alarm. We definitely have a variety of content that we're trying to produce here on CaliProject Photography. In this channel, again, like I said, we try to inspire and try to motivate, but also bring actual content, like knowledge based content, where you can take something home and apply it to your business. Social media is one of those things that doesn't cost a penny, doesn't cost a dime, it's not hurting your bank, and it's just basically gonna take time. And some businesses are pretty big. You may not have time to be a social media manager, but if you're like a person that's trying to grow and you're trying to build your clientele for photography or whatever industry it is, that you can apply this. But here we focus on cinematography, videography, how to get corporate clients, photo shoots, how to build a brand, how to share that brand and that experience with a variety of different clients. A lot of times, like I've said in the other podcast, you're working for someone else's vision, right? Unless you have a passion project, you're getting paid to work on someone else's vision. Something that I believe personally, I believe that you need to have knowledge before technology or before the gadgets. I believe that understanding before you have the gadgets will allow you to ask the right questions, right? I think that also we tend to forget about the basics, about the skill versus the objects or the subjects. We need to understand how a camera works behind the scenes. So when we're on location, on set, we're able to just be creative and improvise. And not in the way where you don't have anything scheduled or you don't know what you're doing. I mean, where you can solve a problem in the middle of nowhere and you understand, okay, the clouds just came in. You know how to adjust the settings. That's something that people don't want to look into. One thing that people neglect as a business owner too, it's that it's a business. So you have to understand about social media. That's something we're focused on here. How can we grow? How can we use these platforms that are free to grow? And I think that it takes so much time just to be in one website or one platform, let alone have four or five and try to keep up. Now, there's such a thing of recycling content and understanding how to use content, events, holidays, and even seasons, times of the year to change and be unique. So we have all these opportunities. Again, it's the time. If you're a business owner that doesn't have time, you're probably making enough money right now. Your problems the problem that you have is the problem that we all wish we had, of having too much work. Now you need to hire someone else. And it's definitely something you can do, but the best way to scale up is outsourcing your work and creating a network of service-based photographers or videographers and be a lead generator. Maybe that's another way of growing your business. Maybe you have clients, but you don't want to go do the jobs. You understand the business. So what if you're that person that says, hey, I like photography. I'm not trying to grow. I'm not trying to be an huge agency or a photography studio. I just want to be a freelancer, right? Like I just want to go to weddings. I want to make, enough to survive. How do I do that? Well, this is a thing, and this is something we focus on. If you're trying to survive off of this, if it's not a hobby, you're going to need to pay overhead expenses, right? So you need to make the calculations. If it's just a passion project, you at least have to break even, right? But when it's a business, there's profit that you need to bring in. And using social media, something that you're not paying, right? So you're not, a lot of people buy, they buy new things, new tools to go do the job they need to do to get paid. That's also okay, right? But when it comes to things that are free, I think the best thing that we can do is at least try to understand them. And I think that's the problem that we have right now with social media. Everybody has an Instagram, everybody has a Facebook, but they don't know how to grow it, right? They don't know how to add a logo, a cover photo, and the post. And the tricky thing is, how do you make it consistent where the logo, the cover, the post, the videos, all these things look the same? They have this continuity, the consistency of the brand identity. And that's something we need to look into on social media, on our website. And the basic difference between the website and a social platform, and even within the social media websites and platforms like Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, all these things have different forms of content, right? Some have this like the same, some have multiple, and that's good. But having a website for your business, for your photography, the difference is that your information, this place of clients, with the website, you own it, not the platform. Now, what did the platform do? Now they're giving it for free, but they know that they have information on you, that they can post ads, that they can they can do product placements right in front of you just because you typed in a certain word, or you have to watch out who has control of your business. With politics going around nowadays, we need to understand that we're being listened to, we're being watched. Not to congratulate us when we're doing something good. That's the other consumers, other people like judge you. But they're looking for you to do something wrong. At the same time, when you work for someone else, you have to trust, not with someone else, but for someone else. Like they hire you to do a brand photo shoot. You're working with them. How do you trust that this brand is doing not even a good job? They're responsible enough, or they're not in like legal trouble. You're not representing a company that, you don't think about that. Why? Because we're just a quick payment. Hey, you know what? We're doing this for you. So that's one thing, even as a social media manager, if you do this for a social media management company or you're doing it for other people, you have to find companies that you believe in, companies that you believe that are going to grow, right? I think that's the main problem, that we're just trying to make so much money that we forget what our purpose is. So, I guess this is a quick one, and that's why I just want to talk about Facebook, Instagram. So in this podcast, we do talk a lot about behind the scenes, what people don't see. But social media is what people see. And the way you present yourself, from the branding and everything else, from the, like I said, the covers and the logos and the content, you need to make consistency. Not necessarily posting the same thing, or not the same thing, but the posting at the same time in certain days, but the consistency of the feel, the content that you're sharing. Now, there's some content that entrepreneurs are going to want to know how to grow, right? They're going to want to know specific stuff. Now, you have to see who your target audience within your niche is. Like, do they like general information, or do they like information that is in detail? There's some people that like detail. When you answer a question, they want to know exactly statistics, data, facts, and it's all good. But there's some people that like the general information. One example that I like doing is when I read books, and there's a guy that I asked him, like, how do you read so fast? It's like, I don't read the book. I skim and I find the topics that I like. And that's exactly what I do now. Unless you're like reading a fan fiction, or not fan fiction, any kind of fiction. Unless you're reading a fiction book, I think that you can read a book in a fast amount of time and just find the answers. It's not as complicated as some people think, right? You get a video, There's a quick video. You got a lunch break real quick. You want to see the summary, the highlights. There's people that like seeing the highlights of the news, the highlights of the sports, but they don't like seeing the whole sport, the whole game. They like seeing the highlights, the best parts. And so I believe, this is my personal belief, I believe that both parts are really critical in the growth. Right? When you grow, you need to know it as a summary and then in detail. So when it comes to photography, I think understanding a lot of techniques. You see other people posting on social media, and they take this kind of video. They take this type of photo. You need to make sure that you're doing what the target audience is trying to follow. We talked in another video that, like, most of us, like, as artists, it's hard. You make something, I love it, right? So you make something that you love, and it's, when it comes to a business, it really has to be seen with the stakeholder, with the client, with the customer. You need to understand what they're looking for. So, I mean, yeah, it's definitely something that we need to look into. There's Facebook, there's Instagram, TikTok right now is popping. Again, like I said at the beginning, it's a whole different type of content, right? Imagine TikTok started like a different kind of content that you do, where you, like Twitter, or they just type in 10-letter words or sentences. Like, I mean, if they know how to do it, people. There's like Instagram. They were able to take what Snapchat did and grow. There's so many things that we can do. There's so many things that we can use without having to reinvent the wheel. I just think that some of us just failed to apply what we know. And we have ideas, and I think that it's beautiful when they're in your head, but it's also about writing them and doing them, manifesting them. When you post, and this is something I do with my clients, when we post on social media, we schedule the type of content, when it's going to be posted, at what time, and then we schedule it a month ahead. Why? Because that's how it has to be. It has to be organized. There's got to be a process. And so when you post on social media and it's consistent, it's got the same quality, you're selling the same vision, you're showing the same vision, you're attracting clients. All right, guys. So that was pretty much it. A quick podcast right here. We're about just under 14 minutes. But you know what? If you like the channel, if you like this video, please go ahead and like and subscribe. Please comment down below. I know a lot of times these are my opinions, and that's all this is. It's just my opinion, my thought. I think a lot of things, and I have a lot of opinions on a lot of things too. So just keep listening. I mean, if you have any comments or questions that you want me to talk about or elaborate, then, put them in the comment box. I'll make sure to even reach out to you guys and try to fix anything and I need to be fixing here, because this honestly, when you guys hit me up about the Canon 5D, I was like, it was a big exposure for me. Like, trying to help people is, I believe, my calling. And for you guys to be here and sit down for 14 minutes, it's a pretty it's amazing just to be here. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining me, spending time with me. My name is Alfonso Liz. This is CaliProject Photography. Till next time. Have a good one.